What's my oldest, worst friend doing here?
Both your names came to the top of the list.
Only an idiot would do this job.
How much?
Oh, like I said.
Welcome back to Your Geek News. Our next film isn't a sequel or a prequel or a reboot. It doesn't have characters from a comic book we love or from a best-selling novel.
But it does have testosterone in the kind of heaping amounts that we have not seen on the silver screen before and may ever see again.
Yes, we're talking about Sylvester Stallone's all-star action powerhouse, The Expendables.
Because this movie is such a meta action flick, we'll need to review it not only as a movie, but as a goddamn all-you-can-eat fiesta of classic action violence.
And no matter how much we tear down certain aspects of the movie, just remember, we enjoyed the hell out of The Expendables.
Let's just say you're with it for a couple hours and it's nice and it's hot and heavy. But after that, think about it. What do you do for the rest of the day? She probably did you a favor. Now you have more time to feel sorry for yourself.
You're a bleep bastard.
Anytime you have a writer, director, actor in charge of a movie, you have a danger.
Yes, there's a chance things will spiral egotistically out of control and you'll wind up with a piece of crap film.
Lady in the water.
Yes, but with the Rocky and Rambo series in the can, we know Sly does have it in him to avoid that pitfall.
And Stallone managed to assemble an incredible cast of action stars for The Expendables.
And some of them actually have the ability to act.
And some of them don't. But even if they didn't, they got a monologue about a cauliflower ear.
Randy, yeah, he was a bit rough, but Jet Li and Dolph Lundgren both impressed and surprised me. And you know what? Despite Rourke's attempt to act as hard as his Neanderthal face could, his constant drooling made all the scenes a write-off for me.
And rocking that Iron Man 2 hair, that just smacked of cheap production.
Now, I remember hearing somewhere that Sly wanted to go hardcore with the practical effects, but the clear reliance on weak digital visual effects was a bit of a distraction.
I'll tell you what was the distraction. The plot. Because I kept trying to find one and couldn't.
Yeah, the plot is pretty much a tacked-on excuse to string every action scene together. Kind of like a porn.
The Expendables is guilty of some serious overwriting in the dialogue department. And, you know, pretty much winging it on the plot.
But you know what? None of that matters at all.
Nope. You see, this movie is a love letter to action film fans. So let's get into the part of The Expendables that made it kick so much ass, we didn't care about anything we just complained about.
Get up!
Call that a tie.
Come on, keep breathing.
From the moment you hear Dolph Lundgren cry out, "Warning shot!" the action, the violence, the awesome just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Stallone wasn't exaggerating when he said the brutal fighting in Expendables was going to be like nothing we'd ever seen.
And I am so pleased that Sly seems to have skipped the slow motion bandwagon.
Yeah, you know what? The brutality of the action hits so much harder at full speed.
Exactly. I lost count of the times that I cheered and cringed and yelled at the screen. It was awesome.
The last half hour of the movie was such nasty fun that I just sat there with my jaw on the floor as the body count just got higher and higher.
It was like watching 5 Johns blow up 5 islands at the end of 5 Commandos all at once. It was 80s action heaven.
Plus, having Bruce Willis and Arnie tossed into the mix to shore up the all-star roster just made my inner 5-year-old smile.
I can safely say that whatever Seagal and Jean-Claude were doing instead of this film was the wrong thing to be doing. You lost out big time.
I feel like Randy's role was adapted from what was written for Van Damme, and Seagal's role was turned into Terry Crews.
Stevie, you missed out on the chance to be a human rocket launcher.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I'm glad you did, because Terry was awesome as Hail Caesar. He definitely had the loudest gun of all time.
Words really can't describe the kind of joy we both felt watching the complete anarchy at the climax of The Expendables.
But if you enjoy Rambo, Predator, Commando, Die Hard, Universal Soldier, Transporter, Unleashed, Raw Deal, Cobra, or just action movies in general,
then you definitely need to see this.
Absolutely. But remember, keep your eyes on yourgeeknews.com for all your geek movies and all your geek games from the two geeks who always have something to say.
And you can keep up with all our past previews and reviews and have your say on yourgeeknews.com.
Are you crazy? Could have killed me! You're welcome! Every one of us is expendable! Got a problem with that?